Back here on Night Vision, getting ready to start quarter number 4 of Iowa Conference action. Knights lead the Cohawks 21-7. It's a much more low-scoring affair than we would have expected coming in.
Well, I think it's interesting, too, because Wartburg hasn't visibly taken their foot off the pedal in any way. Their offense is still working at a very similar pace to what it was in near the end of the first half. Jump Around was just playing in the stadium, and that's exactly what Seisha's been doing to all of his different receivers. They're all getting plenty of exposure there, and really he's just been really great as he unfortunately bobs a snap there.
And that's caught in the end zone by Riley Brockway.
But gets a touchdown out of it anyway.
What a play by Matt Seisha. Didn't let the bobbled snap get to him, and he finds his number 1 receiver in the end zone. Reservations for 6 for the Wartburg Knights. Your room is ready.
And I cannot think of a better demonstration of how Seisha has changed as a quarterback between last year and this year. I mentioned earlier, I think it really comes down to his confidence, and I think it really, really showed right there. That was an adjustment that he had to make that would have ended the play for a lot of other young quarterbacks.
Extra point is good.
That mental adjustment. There is, we can't see into Seisha's mind, but I truly believe there was a decision made in that moment that ended in, there's a reason why that play ended in a touchdown, and it was that Seisha bobbed that snap and made the choice to have that not be the end of the play.
Yeah, sophomore Seisha may have fallen down on it just to protect it, but Junior Seisha said, no, I'm not going to let this be the end of the play. There's still plenty of stuff going on in front of me, and I've got some good protection going. So he just picks up the ball, fires a bullet to the end zone to Riley Brockway. What a play by Matt Seisha.
And just with that little decision, that goes from being one of the worst things Seisha's done all game to being one of the best things on the highlight reel after this game is done.
Yeah, Matt Seisha today nearing yet another 300-yard performance. 293 yards through the air. Oh, 3 touchdowns. There you go. 308 yards now for Seisha, 3 touchdowns after that throw. So what a day he's had, completing 65% of his passes. And that shows in the scoreboard. 28-7. Seisha has been the bread and butter of this offense so far today. Kickoff is up. Kind of a line drive. That's fielded at the 10. Looks like that was number 34, Clevin Catchings. So he makes a catching of the kickoff and takes it for a few yards down to about the 28-yard line.
Not a big return there, obviously. What ultimately happened was that he came up, and they had a good blocking scheme going in terms of getting him further. And honestly, he went 5 or 6 yards farther than I expected him to. But even with that, Catchings just couldn't find, there wasn't a hole. Wartburg took their blockers and just pushed them all together in front of Catchings, and he had nowhere to go.
White back to pass. Fires to the right. That's caught. That's Tyler Drawley showing off his ability as a wide receiver.
Even more so, I mentioned on the last co-drive that Drawley is the reason why this offense is still alive. If Co in any way comes back into this game, it will be because of Tyler Drawley. He has been fantastic in the second half so far.
Wide back to pass, dumps it off to Drawley again. He gets forward to about the 30-yard line, and that'll be good for a Cohawk first down, most likely. And they do move the chains on that one. So 2 straight plays to Tyler Drawley pay off in the Cohawks' favor, and they're driving.
They're driving, and they're driving quickly, which is exactly what they need to do if they have any chance. 14 minutes left in this game, and they're down 3 touchdowns. They have to be able to dump it off quickly. In fact, I'm surprised it's taking them this long to get to the line with the current situation.
White back to pass again, fires deep. That's picked off by JoJo McNair. And that takes away any confidence that the Kohawks had. He's still on his feet. JoJo McNair gets brought down after a heck of a return to the 40-yard line. What a pick and run.
That return from that interception is one of the best plays I've seen out of Wartburg's defense all day. Not even just the interception itself, though of course that's amazing as well, but the fact that I've been speaking this whole game about the split-second decisions that players make while they're on the move. You can see about 5 or 6 of them from JoJo McNair there. The jukes, the spins, the identifying which blocker's going to hit him first. It's just that kind of play is what sets JoJo McNair apart from the other people on this defense.
Sasha hands it to Parker Hamill. He gets his first snap of the day. Binion has a rest on the sideline for at least the first few plays, likely the drive. That's just how the Knights do it. Schrader is up on his feet, but he is on some crutches, so he is not coming back today. So for the remainder of the day, the running back will either be Parker Hamill or Dylan Binion. Parker ran for no gain that time around. Sasha takes the snap. He goes back to pass. Fires deep for Brennick. Brennick brings in the catch. And he gets brought out of bounds at the 25-yard line. What a statement from Matt Sasha. This Wartburg offense is not done yet.
Brennick was due for a big game, and he is having it. That is just, if that is the last reception he has all day, that'll be a great way to end this game. His performance has been fantastic, and that play was emblematic of what has made it fantastic. That was such tight coverage and a great, accurately thrown ball from Matt Sasha to fall directly between the defender's hands and his, and he just straight up jumped, literally straight up, jumped up and just snagged it right out of the air and brought it down. Griffin Brennick, that jump and spin move that he has to catch the ball, it's like he has a sixth sense of knowing exactly when the ball is going to get to him. Brennick has been one of the most exciting things to watch in this game.
Yeah, and Brennick, going into the season, was supposed to be sort of a co-number one option with Riley Brockway. Brennick hasn't gotten nearly as many targets just because maybe the coverage on him has been better. So Brockway has really solidified himself as the number one guy. Brennick, coming into this game, was actually number 3 on the team in terms of receiving yards and receptions. But after today, he's jumping up there with the rest of them.
He's actually leading the team in receiving right now. 6 receptions for 120 yards and a touchdown for that one. His longest reception of the day is 40 yards. He has an average of 20 yards per catch, which is just crazy.
So Sasha really has been utilizing that deep ball to find Griffin Brennick more than anyone else here today. He takes the snap, hands it to Parker Hamill. He's got a hole, and he's still going. He's going down the sideline. He's brought out of bounds at the 10. Parker Hamill gets himself a big run, and that'll be 1st and goal for Wartburg.
There is a flag on the play, however, so we'll see what that is.
You mentioned earlier, with a play like that, it's likely offensive holding. We'll see. And that's correct.
Any play where any run where it looks like there's nowhere to go and then suddenly there is usually a hold on the offense.
And that was Matt Mulford, offensive lineman, on the hold that time. Sasha nearly draws the Kohawk defensive line out of bounds. That's Lee Boniface. Gets a good gain on the shovel pass. Wartburg's been running that play for years, and no one seems to know how to stop it.
Yeah, it's one of their favorite toys, and I'm surprised it took them this long to play with it. It's one of their favorite things to do, and it's always great whenever you see it. And they don't use it too much, which I think is really, really important. Whenever a team finds something that works, they need to keep it utilized enough to help them move forward, but little enough that defenses don't go out of their way to prepare for it.
Seisha working the hard count, takes a snap, rolls, dumps it off to Parker Hamill. He gets brought down at around the 11.
Tackle made by number 45, Jacob Ellsbury.
Jacob Ellsbury on the tackle.
Second and 6. From the 11.
That dump-off pitch play that works for them so many times so well reminds me of, I believe it was 2008, the year that the Dolphins brought the Wildcat offense into the NFL from the college level. It was great. It did them really great things. They went 11-5 that season, but they used it too much so that by the next season, everyone was prepared for it. That is not a mistake that the Knights offense has made with that shovel.
Parker Hamill carries for the Knights.
Hamill gets it down inside the 10.
Tackle made by number 45, Jacob Ellsbury.
It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
It's 3rd and 4.
Brockway comes back into the game. Brockway and Brennick off to the left side of Seisha. It looks like number 4, Ben Strathman, off to the right.
If there's a touchdown pass in the making, it's Brockway and Brennick lining up next to each other on the side.
Whistle's blown. Wartburg is going to take a timeout. We'll take one with him. We'll be back after 30 seconds here on Night Vision.
You got me falling hard, sweet baby. You got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before. You know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
Welcome back. 28-7 in favor of Wartburg, and Wartburg is once again pounding on the Cohawks' door. 3rd down and 4 from about the 9-yard line of Co. Seisha in this game has 3 touchdowns on 342 passing yards. Will he get a 4th? We'll see. If Co has any chance of coming back in this one, they got to stop here.
I mean, at this point, it's statistically speaking, it's probably already game over. If Wartburg gets a touchdown on this drive, it definitely will be.
Seisha back to pass, fires, Brockway, touchdown! Riley Brockway with his 2nd touchdown reception of the game, and that puts the nail in the coffin for the Cohawks. 34-7 now the score.
I'm going to go ahead and call that the dagger. This is done. I mean, there's 10 minutes and 7 seconds left. Crazy things have happened. The football is one of the reasons why football is so amazing, is that any amazing thing can happen at any moment. But coming back from a 27, possibly 28-point deficit, depending on this kick, in 10 minutes.
Yet another blocked kick for Brayton Brantz, this time coming on an extra point. It's the 2nd time one of his kicks have been blocked today, although at this point, it doesn't really matter.